Any questions? All right, let's talk about what our topics on the assessment tomorrow are then, please. All right, compatible numbers is one of them. Compatible numbers. Let's talk about compatible numbers. Let's get paper out and do a little bit of practice on it. Yes. I can see. So 5,129 divided by 86. If we're looking for compatible numbers, anybody remember what compatible numbers is? If we're compatible, we go together. Compatible, we used our multiplication, our multiples. Oh my. Like 7 and 35 go together. Okay? So here we're looking at 59, and we got to do something about 86. What number is close to 86? Just some number is close to 86, it's easy to work with. What is it? Is 85 easy to work with? No, but it's easier than 86. It's not really easy to work with. How about 90? Now, you usually want a multiple of 10, right? Okay, multiples of 10 are easy to work with. So now we look at 9 and 59. What multiple of 9 is close to 59, everybody? Oh, not 60. Is 50 a multiple of 9? No, what multiple of 9 is close to 59? 63. 54 is? We got to fill in with these two places, right? So we now have 5,400 divided by 90. Okay? So 5,400 divided by 90 would be using our compatible numbers, right? Does this ring a bell anywhere in that head of yours, folks? Slightly at least, ringing? All right. So 54 divided by 9 is 6. Thank you very much. Only one of you knew that. That is really... Oh. All right. But now we have 2 zeros here and 1 0 here. Well, 10 divided by 10 is 1, right? So when we have 1 0 to continuous, so it would be 60 for our estimate, right? Yes? Okay? Oh, Oh my, I'm getting some odd looks here. All right. How about 2,397 divided by 82? 2,397 divided by 82. What are we going to do with that 82? Make it what? Everybody? 80. With 80 easy to work with. What multiple of 8 is close to 23? Oh, I heard 24. Everybody should have been able to say 24. But it needs to be 2,400 because of the tens place and the ones place. Anybody not understand why it's 2,400? Okay, do we understand the twos in the thousands place, the threes in the hundreds place? Well, I need the tens and the ones taken care of. Okay? So now 24 divided by 8 is? 3. 3. Good. That's going to give us 10 divided by 10 is 1, right? Gives us 30, right? Yes? Okay. Is the bell ringing a little louder in that head? All right. 6,418 divided by 72. Divided by 72. What should I do with that 72? I'll make it 70. Oh, good. I'm getting more people responding. Good, good. I look at the 7. I look at the 64. 8. What multiple of 7 is close to 64? 8. What are you listening to him? You're using his brain and not yours. Come on. 9. No. What multiple of 7? Multiple of 7 is close to 64. Thank you. 63. 63. I still need something in the tens and the ones. What's going to go in the tens and the ones? Zeros. 63 divided by 7 is? 9. 9. 10 divided by 10 is? 1. I still have that left, right? Is the volume a little louder?
No, kind of. Not really, but.
932 divided by 18. What am I going to do with that 18? I'm going to make it 20. Good, good. A little more response, Okay, multiple of 2, that's close to 9. Why didn't I go over to 93? Why didn't I go over to 93? Jonathan?
Because we're doing 100.
That is not why. That's a good guess, but that is not why. Sort of. Yeah. If I can put 2 into 9, do I need to go over to 93? No. Notice over here, 7 will not work with 6. Does that make sense? So I need to use a 2-digit number. Okay? So what multiple of 2 is close to 9? 8. I could use 800 because I have nothing in the 10s or the 1s. How many 2's going to 8, everybody? 4. Good. 10 divided by 10 is 1. My answer would be 40. All right, compatible numbers with division. Are we good?
Yes.
Nope. Okay. All right. Next item would be just plain old long division. Okay. We have done a lot of practice with long division, just in our everyday practice while we're looking at finding what we do with remainders. Our math minute has had a lot of those. Okay. Evaluate expressions. I will be thinking about steps. What would come next?
6 plus 27.
6 plus 27? Not exactly.
What did you get 27?
Plus 2 times 7.
Yes, that parenthesis must be around the sublen, because it's a multiplication of 2 and m. Okay, what do we do next?
6 plus 14.
There we go, 6 plus 14, and that gives us 20. Again, I'm going to be super picky about the steps, super picky. Because these are correct mathematical steps. Okay? Any questions on evaluating expressions? Yes? Let me just plug my ear up with that. Yes, yes, that shows multiplication. Otherwise, it looks like 27. And it is not 27, it's 2 times 7. All right, evaluating expressions. Place value. Oh my goodness, I can't believe some people are still missing place value. Place value on these tests is supposed to be gimme points by now, folks. We keep practicing place value practically every day. I think it's almost every day on Math Minute. Okay. Multiplying 2 digits. We practice that frequently. Interpret remainder. We just went over that on our assignment. And comparisons, we just went over that on our assignment as well. Those are just our assignments. Okay? So those would be those two you can look back at that assignment that we just went over to look at good examples on that. Does that make sense? Okay. Do you have questions on that? Anyone have questions on that? All right, the next thing we're going to take a look at is looking at some place value things again, continually, always, making sure you can read numbers, etc., etc. Okay. The paper I'm handing you I want you to remember tiles out as well, which is those little orange levers in the packet. Oh my, why there's $50 seats? Oh, quickly, let's go.
I can't find mine.
Are they down in the bottom of the cubbies or something? I don't know what to tell you. They were supposed to be with your stuff all the time. Hey, let's go quickly. I don't know, folks, because you were supposed to keep track of it. I gave you a packet. I don't have extras. I mean, I don't have extras of the whole thing. I've got some number files here I can hand out. I got 2 of those though. Do you not have yours? No, nobody took yours. You misplaced yours. No, honey, you misplaced them then. Do you not have yours? Okay, you guys will have to make your own then, because I don't have any more. Get out a piece of paper and put numbers 1 through 0 through 9 on them and tear them off. Okay, I'm going to read a number and I want you to build it on your place value chart right there. The one thing I want you to do, I want you to put the decimal between the ones and the tenths place on your paper, between the 1 and the tenths place. I also want you to put the word and going up the chart there. So you've got your place values, you've got the ones here, you've got the tenths. Your decimal point goes there and the word and. Does that make sense? Okay. Yep. But one side has it, the other one doesn't. Okay? So on the side that doesn't, you're going to want to put it there as a reminder for yourself. Because the one side has it, the other one does not. Okay? Does that make sense? With your number tiles, build 4 and 5 tenths. With your number tiles, build 4 and 5 tenths. Do it quickly. Have it on your desk so I can check it real quick. 4 and 5 tenths. Do it quickly. So I need to do a quick check. 4 and 5 tenths. On that. 4 and 5 tenths. 4 and 5 tenths. We're doing it quickly so that I can see it. 4 and 5 tenths. All right, 4 and 5 tenths should look like this. Put the decimal point between the 4 and the 5, the 4 in the ones place, the 5 in the tenths place. A couple of you have 40 and 5 tenths. Okay, so you can circle with that. All right. Next, let's build 8 and 62 hundredths. 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 Only one digit per box. Okay. 8 and 62 hundredths. Okay. This time we needed hundredths place, which is the next section out. 8 and 62 hundredths. 8 and 62 hundredths. Okay? Now let's talk about the value of these. Let's talk about the value of these. Okay? This 8 is in one place, so it would be 8 times 1. Okay? This would be 6 times 1/10, and this would be 2 times 100. And we would add them all together. Does that make sense? Okay? Does that make sense? All right? Questions on that? Okay? Next one. Let's do 4 and 7 hundredths. 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 I'm seeing some 4 and 70 hundredths, so make sure yours says 4 and 7 hundredths. 4 and 7 hundredths. The 4 goes into one place. There are no 10s, there are 7 hundredths. 4 and 7 hundredths. Okay? All right? So this would be 4 times 1 plus 4 times, oh, not 4, geez, okay. How about 0 times 1/10 plus 7, oh my goodness. It's raining again. 7 times 100. Okay? Because this is 0, do we really need to have that in there? No. All right? So this part does not have to be in there. We can just go directly with 4 times 1 plus 7 times 100. Okay? Yes, Ezra.
What would that equal?
This,
Yeah.
right there. That's what those two are. Okay? Are we good with that? Yes? Okay. Put your number tiles back in your bag. And let's turn our books to page 157. $157. So we worked on 3 forms. We worked on word form, standard form, and expanded form now. Word form, we are looking at the word and to help us know when to separate at the decimal point. And you've heard me all year long saying you can't say and where it doesn't belong, right? Here's hugely why. Okay? And is only set at the decimal point. Okay? Expanded form, we're multiplying by the place value. So there's a place value, there's a place value, there's a place value. Yeah.
Do we only say and at a decimal point?
Yes.
Or at a comma?
No. At a decimal point only. That's the only time we say and. The comma tells us the period we've just come through, like the thousands period, the millions period. Okay? All right? Standard form is how we normally see the number written if we're only using digits. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay? We say the number by naming it. Let me watch that. Okay? To and. We get that, right? But then the rest of it, we read this, and we know to say that as 35, right? Okay? But now we name the last place value. Where did that 5 land?
100.
100.
I didn't plug it in.
Yes, you do.
Okay? Does that make sense? So we say it, and then we name the last place value. Okay? Expanded form. 2 times the place value plus 3 times the place value of 1/10 plus 5 times the place value of 100, hundredths place. Does that make sense? Eduardo, what didn't make sense there? You shook your head no. What didn't make sense? This is tenths place, and that is hundredths place. Tenth, 1/10, hundredth, 100th. Okay? Anything else on this? Okay, I'm going to leave you there with that. Let's take a look at page 161, please. Okay, in 2 through 6, you're just naming the place value. In 7 through 10, expanded and word form. So we're doing 2 through 10 there. 2 through 10. On 162. I can get to it. On 162, you're doing all. None of this is due until Wednesday. Remember, you have a fresh start on your grade. Make sure you study for the assessment tomorrow. Anything that you weren't sure about, go back and look at assignment things on it. freshen your brain up on it, make sure you know how to do it. Questions? Pardon?
When is this paper due?
Put that in your classroom folder because we'll be using it for future problems. Yes, Ellen. What? I still have a couple people that need to finish taking it, so until they take it, I can't give them that. Yes. Yes, please make sure your name is on it.